So, does the bed mat from the 3rd generation Tacoma fit in the 4th generation Tacoma? Now, I've already answered this in previous videos, and the answer is no. But what doesn't fit? So we're going to throw this mat in there, and then I'm going to make a little bit of an alteration to it because it's a perfectly good mat. It's a little bit dirty, but why buy another one? There's just a couple simple things I think I can do to make this fit. So let's throw it in there, and I'll show you where it doesn't fit. Now, at first glance, you may think, what are you talking about? There's no problem. Well, if you look up here at the front, and there's really nothing we're going to do about that, but there is a gap, about 2 inches or so maybe, where it doesn't butt right up against the back part or the bulkhead part, whatever you want to call it, of the bed. So it's a little bit shorter. And then on the sides, you may notice over there and right here, it doesn't go right up against the edge of the wheel wells. Now, that's not such a big deal. I mean, you could go with that, right? But because it's a little bit different in the wheel well area, it stops because it hits on the edges. Now, there's a couple of things I could do. I could shorten the back here because it won't close. You can see it fits right into the area where the tailgate would close into. I could trim this off, make it shorter, or I could kind of angle back a little bit more on the edges there. You can cut this stuff. It's just like a rubber plastic kind of stuff. So I could cut it back there. That would allow it to go forward a little more, or I could even just notch it out right there and bring it down maybe ½ inch or so, and then it would slide all the way up to the front, which, now that I think about it, is probably the angle I'm going to take, because I really would like to have it up against the front part of the bed, if you will. The other issue are the tie downs. You can see them, they're underneath. Because of the size difference, they normally would have been right in this area, but they're not. So I have to do something here as well. And I think first things first, I think what I probably ought to do is notch out this area here, just to make sure that it can slide forward more before I go ahead and take care of this. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think what I'm going to do is maybe from right about here or so, go in about ½ inch, maybe not even. I think I might just go from right here and kind of angle a cut down this way a little bit, just to give me the extra that I need. And I need, again, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches or so to bring it all the way to the front. Okay, I've taken my measurement, and this is what I need to remove, I think. So we're going to go ahead and see about removing this to make sure that it actually does fit. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead. We're going to make a cut. I think probably going to make the long cut first. And I'm just using a carpet knife for this, so wish me luck. Here we go. Well, that was pretty easy. Maybe too easy. Okay. Now, cut the short side. Trying to get this straight. I don't know. It's not going to be perfect, I guarantee you that. And there you go. There's my cut. So now I just need to do the same thing to the other side. Might even use this as a pattern, and then we'll see if it actually fits. Let's see if I did any good. Let's see if it fits. Or at least fits better. Ooh, Check that out. Fits pretty darn good right there in the wheel well area. Take a look there. You guys can see fits pretty good in there, I think. But what about up at the front, which was the whole point of making the cut, right? Let's take a look and see. Moment of truth. Ooh, look at that. Right up against the front. Check that out. And right up against, for the most part, right at the wheel well areas. Let's check the other side. Hopefully it's about the same. And it is. Awesome. So that's my adaptation for the sides. Now, because of doing that, we don't have to worry about the back. We've cleared the area between the tailgate and the edge here, so we're fine. So now all we have to do is tackle this tie-down area. We have to have these exposed, right? So I'm not gonna go as far up as right here. I'm gonna come down a little bit and then go across, something like that, and expose those so that we can actually use them with the bed mat in there. All right, got it all measured out. Let's make a cut, see what happens. Hopefully good things happen. This stuff is amazingly easy to cut, I will say. So easy that you have to be careful that you don't slip with your blade. You know what I'm saying? See how good my cut was, or wasn't. Not too bad. I am cutting on the back side, by the way, so you won't be able to see my marks. But that removes this part. Let's do the other side. We'll see if it fits. All right. Let's see if this works. And the answer to that is simply no. It did not work. I'm going to have to take a little bit more off. But that's okay. Better to have to take off than add back in. You can see right here, it obviously does not fit. I actually went a little far here on the end. Well, maybe not. I mean, when you turn it, you want it to be able to clear, so it's actually pretty close. I want it to be able to spin. Over here, we have kind of the same thing. So I need to take a little bit more off. Actually, over here, not quite as much. So gonna have to probably measure this one from the top because I think, yeah. See, right here where you turn it is where it's hitting and you want it at the furthest point, right? So I'm gonna need to take a little bit more off over there. Got it all done and it fits now. Over here are the remnants, what I had to remove. Not a whole lot, would have only been one cut if it would have fit the first time. But this is what I have. You know, I could have made it prettier. I could have just gone across here and come down. But you can see it does spin. Looking at this one, it spins as well. Of course, it can move a little bit because it doesn't fit exactly perfectly right along the edges, particularly at the wheel wells there. My biggest concern about having this mat in, since it doesn't go right up against the edges, is whether or not any wind can get under there and actually lift that mat out. That would be a very bad thing. So we'll have to see going forward. The truck's not driven on the freeway a lot, so, you know, it's not gonna be a lot of high speed, but we do get a lot of high wind down here. So, you know, I don't know, we shall see. Anyway, that's it. You can adapt your existing mat to fit with just a little bit of cutting. Again, it depends on what kind of mat you have as to how easy it is to cut. This honestly was on the cheaper side, so it's thinner, but it cuts really, really easy. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Would you go to this extreme, I guess, or would you just buy a new one? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.